The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Yeah. NY born, NY built.
What is up, yo?
Vanilla
Happy
Gorilla,
Sunday,
Big Dog,
another Sunday
Untouchables.
with
Let's
your
go.
favorite
Step in the
hostess
ring like kings
with
of the block.
mostest.
Gorilla grip, big dog, never stop. Iron in the veins, no gimmicks, no props. This is hard work, black top and body slops. Ain't no flash, just fists and fake. We run through ropes like we run through
It
gates.
can't be. This is crazy. And if nobody at home knows who this guy is, this is the big dog. And he did get a tip from the Brooklyn Prodigies earlier on that they had travel issues, but not due to them being scared or anything like that. But oh my gosh, the Vanilla Gorilla and the Big Dog and the Untouchables just inserted themselves into this tag team.
Harder than a steel trash can. One shot, knock them flat on sight. Two beats bred for the spotlight fight. They can talk tough, bark loud all night, but in the ring, we bite and we bite right. We are untouchables, NY bred. Two fists swinging, leave legends dead. Joey bring the rage, Dave bring the brain. Together we storm like a runaway train. Untouchable, New York style. We don't tap, we make them snap.
Yo, what is up? Happy Sunday, happy fun day. We are here today, and we are with Turnbuckles Stogies Pod. I'm your host with the most, the big dog, the Vanilla Gorilla, and today we are going to start our conversation with what is up with New York. What is going on with New York Knicks? The Knicks haven't won in 53 years. That's when I was 3 years old. They just won last night. Shout out to the Knicks. God damn it. Shout out to the Knicks. So, yeah. So, Jalen Brunson, you the man. Hart, you the man. Tompkins, you the man. So, that's all I got to say.
Sorry, I'm making sure.
So, what do you got to say?
I'm still making sure our
It works. That's it.
microphone is working.
So, what do you got to say?
I mean, I'm happy they won the championship. I mean,
This
a long
man,
time coming.
listen, this man hasn't seen a championship all his life. He's only 27.
Yes, I've seen championships.
You haven't seen a Knick championship.
I've seen, but you're saying championships.
He has not seen a Knick championship all his life. It
I've
took
never
me,
seen the Knicks back.
it took me 56 years
Technically 53.
to see a damn Knicks championship. And if I can go down to the fucking
70.
parade, I'm going.
They won in 70 and 73.
70, I was 1 year old. 73, I was 4. But that's how long it took them to win. Shout out to Jalen, Hart, Tompkins,
Town, Jalen Hart,
and all of them
Jalen,
cats.
Josh Hart, Michelle Bridges, the whole team. I mean, they.
Shout out to Mike Brown for making them motherfuckers sign on a dotted line to be held accountable. Shout out to Mike Brown.
What was it gonna be accountable
They had to be held accountable for anything they did. That's what everybody had to sign.
for? Oh,
When they signed a contract, they had to sign on
that's
accountability. No, it's not. He said they're the only team that started that. And Mike Brown was fired.
Yeah, from 2 years ago, he was fired from the Spurs
And
for calling De'Aaron Fox an idiot, and then he won 2 years later because De'Aaron Fox was an
Darren
idiot.
Fox is an idiot. And guess who won a championship?
But it ain't got nothing to do with that. The whole season they put in the work to get them where they wanted to be.
And who was their man that was helping? Jalen
Well, Jalen-
Brunson.
Yeah, but they all held their weight. Brunson, Hart, Towns, Anobi.
And do you see every time that they're at a press conference, Hart and Brunson always mess with each other?
Well, yeah, because they've been doing that since they were in college.
All the time. All the time.
So, now, well, that's that. Time for some wrestling talk. There's been a lot going on. You got Nick Nemeth doing the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. He won the gauntlet. He's calling his shot. I believe it's the next pay-per-view.
Against who?
Santana.
I knew that.
So did I. There's talks that Santana's going to WWE. I don't know how true that is.
I don't think so because he's having too much fun.
Who knows? There's talks that Enzo and Big Cass are potentially doing a return, which would be interesting to see. They said Enzo's not taking any more independent dates. He's already canceled dates on promoters.
Correct.
So who knows what's going to happen there. You got AEW Forbidden Door coming up in 2 weeks, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be New Japan, CMLL, AEW, and Stardom. That's going to be a very fun tape. We're going to get the mixes of the Japanese and the Lucha Libre and the American style, and then you're going to get Joshi style and Stardom. It's going to be a fun. I'm excited for that one. That one's going to be good. As far as WWE goes, there's a lot going on. You got the Chad Gable redemption arc going on right now. I think that arc is going to serve very well to elevate his career into that main event status that he deserves so well.
Correct.
After the last year and a half of putting on a performance, whether it's a wrestling performance, a mix of styles performance as El Grande Americano, he has done, the most insane amount of stuff that he could do, and to get that redemption arc so fast and come back, it's a true showing to how he got himself over, how a mask not only made a person but helped elevate them and gave them a chance to really hone their craft. Just think about it. Under a mask, you can't do a whole lot of selling. All you're selling is in your body.
This is correct, and I know
Go
that.
out there and put on an absolute killer performance, and that's what he did every time he went out as El Grande Americano. And that mask versus mask match with Ludwig as as the new El Grande Americano has been absolutely killer. He has done that gimmick a whole lot of wonders. I'm excited to see where else he takes it, because I think he's got a lot of years behind that gimmick if he wants to. It's giving him a chance to reinvent himself. Because let's be honest, being known as Gunther's Lackey is great, but that only gets you so far. Look at Fabian Eichner. He had to go away from the Giovanni Vinci gimmick. I think it was like 6 months off was taken.
Correct.
Now he's reappeared in TNA, and they've already elevated him into the spotlight. They put him in the title picture for the X Division title, which, if you guys have ever seen his matches, that's the division he really belongs in. He fits so well. He would have fit in the heavyweight division no matter where you put him. But he would have fit anywhere.
Correct.
So, on that note, guys,
I'm
take
good.
a quick little commercial break, and then we'll be right back.
hombre muerto.
Dead man. 10 years hard time for something I didn't do. You've been living on easy street. Now just is coming to you. You're a dead man. You're a dead man walking. 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 Justice coming. Justice coming for you. You can try to hide from your fate. Run as fast as you can. Don't wait, don't hesitate. You see, you're just a dead man. Oh, dead man walking. You cannot run. You know you just can't hide. Run out for hell, I'll hunt you down. Nowhere for you to reside. No, you're a dead man. You're just a dead man walking. Oh, hey. Dead man walking. 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 Death is coming. Death is coming for you. Oh, hey. You're a dead man. Dead man walking. Dead man walking. Dead man walking. Dead man walking.
Yo, what is up? What is up? We are back. Turnbuckles Stogies Pod. Find us on all streaming networks: YouTube, Facebook, Instacart, Instagram, and all the other stuff. And I am the host with the most, the big dog. This is the Vanilla Gorilla. And now we got an interview of the week.
The interview of the week is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
We have our friend Allie coming in.
Hello.
There
guys
we
hear
go.
me?
There
Okay.
we go.
Yep.
What's going on?
How are you? How are you? I'm in the
I'm
interview.
doing
of the
well. How
week.
you doing? Everything's good?
Everything is good. Everything's going well. Smoking good cigars in a nice cigar lounge out in Pittsburgh today. How you guys doing?
We're doing fine. It's just wonderful, hanging out, smoking a cigar. By the
Not a
way,
bad
I'm
night.
smoking the Cinco de Cinco.
Mm-hmm.
A very good cigar.
I went with our Quesada half of the SAG.
Oh, that's Joey smoking.
Yeah, that's what I went with. The
See, I'm not a
Casamigos
Connecticut fan. I smoked it, and I was like, I like my dark ones better. And no disrespect, I like my dark.
None taken. None taken.
So, tell us how did you get into being a cigar rep, and how long did it take you to get there?
Well, my story is a little different probably than most people's because I started out as a model. Once upon a time, back in 2013, I was with a modeling agency that was hiring all the models for Cigar Fest up in the Poconos of Pennsylvania. And I figured, you're just walking around in a bikini handing out cigars or whatever it was that I was hired for that year. Well, they brought me back the next year in 2014, but I was in the Drew Estate booth.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, there's 6 different options. There's like 3,000 people across 2 different days. What is this cigar thing about? And I just kept asking questions of the rep. Chris Stone at the time was the rep in Pennsylvania. And I just kept asking him questions. He was like, would you just smoke a cigar and maybe you'll get it? I was like, okay, what should I smoke? There are 6 options. There was Tobacco Especial. I think that was the year Kentucky Fire Cured had come out. So there was KFC. There was Acid Cuba Cuba. There was Undercrown. Like, there was just so many options. He was like, okay, we'll try this Tobacco Especial. It was the Negra, the darker wrapper.
Right.
I took one puff and was like, oh, I get it. Okay, I could do this for a while. So from there, I started doing more promo modeling in different cigar shops. I would ask if I could just come and hang out at events and help them sell product. And I started learning more about tobacco. And then I started working in a cigar shop. And I worked at another cigar shop and another cigar shop and moved around a bunch, learned a lot from a lot of different people. And then one day the opportunity presented itself to become a representative for EPC. EP Carrillo, I believe it's Carrillo Cigar Company now.
Yep.
They've had a lot of number 1 rated cigars.
Casa Carrillo or something now.
Casa Carrillo, right?
Yep.
So Ernesto and his family took me under their wing, and that was my first representative opportunity. And I covered New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, the 5 boroughs on Long Island. I think that was it.
Now, you live in the area?
Now I live in Michigan, so we're still in the history minutia. Okay. So that I worked for them for a short while, and then Drew Estate did end up picking me up. They scooped me up, and I was the Eastern Pennsylvania territory manager. And then from there, met my husband, had a baby, moved to Michigan, was out of the game for about 4 years, and then Hoyta, Nicaragua, and Quesada at SAG Imports were kind enough to offer me the position as the in-house representative. So I can visit accounts if they're near enough, and 6 hours is not that far a drive to Western Pennsylvania. Okay. So I mostly just make phone calls, but I do get to visit some accounts now, which is really lovely because this is where I do my best work, is face-to-face.
Correct. And that's where we met you over in Kevin.
No, we met her
yes. Smoker's Choice.
And Madam Morris when Eddie was there.
Yep. Crazy Eddie.
Yeah. that man could sell anything to anybody, didn't matter what it was.
Crazy Eddie always had the deals. Yes.
Crazy Eddie left there and became a Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He was a lot of fun. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
What is one of your wild?
Say that again, your mic cut out.
What is one of your wildest?
Why can't I hear you?
Can you hear me now?
I can. Better.
What is one of your wildest, craziest customers' question?
A crazy question? Yeah. Nothing comes to mind. I'm trying to, like, a crazy question, or just like, no, nothing comes to mind. I have absolutely no experience with people being wild and crazy guys and asking questions. Now, a guy did lick my neck once. That's not a question. That was more of a statement. And that was unfortunate. He was descended upon by everyone around me, so I didn't have to do it.
That's an interesting statement.
Yeah, that was not cool.
Like your neck.
He licked it, yeah. But
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
No.
Like, I guess, sure. I've never done that before.
Appreciate it. Don't do it.
No, that's not no.
You're far
That's-
more
don't do
respectable
that.
than that guy was. Yes. Don't
We
lick
do that.
people. Don't lick
Everybody watching,
people.
Don't do that.
You just don't lick people. It's
Yeah,
quite.
don't do that.
You would think that we wouldn't have to say that, but it's just like whenever you see those random road signs that's like "Don't feed the alligators," but it's
Yeah,
there
you get,
because
like,
people.
Caution, hot, do not touch.
It's there for a reason. People
Somebody
probably
did it.
did it.
Yeah.
Don't feed the triceratops.
Don't be that person. Don't.
So,
That's good.
now I'm gonna have to think. Like, did it ever occur to me? Like, did anybody ever ask a ridiculous question? And nothing comes to mind. I mean, I love when people don't say the names of cigars, right? Whether it's a size or a company. And my favorite has to be Drew Estate. That's a good one. Second
Drew
favorite,
Estate?
Drew
Estate. I never heard of Drew Estate. Is that a new cigar?
I could see how they could.
How they got there, right?
I could see that.
Hmm. I could see how they got there, but that's a good one. And Hava. Do you have any of those Hava cigars?
Yes, I've heard that.
That's an interesting one because that's
Again,
not,
see how they got there. But
yes, but that's like going to a coffee shop and pronouncing the same you pronounce it. Something like that at a coffee shop, the normal way it's the same way you pronounce it for a cigar.
you would think, but that's it. Not everybody felt that way.
No, that's very that's very interesting.
So, tell us more about the cigars that you're selling right now.
So you're smoking the Hoya lineup, and you're smoking from our Quesada lineup, our Casa Magna. And I actually got the question yesterday. I was doing a little event, and somebody was like, "Wait, I thought you said this was Quesada." It was like Casa Magna is part of Quesada. We got that question a lot, and we still do. And we actually just rebranded the logo. So it used to be with the Q that looked like a tobacco leaf, but now it's going to be this spark. And our new logo is Spark Up Here and Now, because Manolo, who has retired, and his daughters have taken over, is a very much in the moment kind of guy. Like, even if you ever get a chance to interview him and you ask him a question about the past, he brings it back to the present, which I love talking to him. He's such a fascinating dude. So SAG Imports has always distributed Quesada. And it actually did used to distribute Hoya de Nicaragua before Drew Estate did. They took over in 2009, I believe. Drew Estate took over distribution, and now we're back to being with SAG, the Hoya side of things. So I'm actually really excited about that. But when I make my phone calls, I hey, this is Allie from SAG. They're like, who? The Screen Actors Guild. I'm not an actor. I'm like, no, that's not. That's not what I'm saying. I am part of the Screen Actors Guild, but I'm not calling for that purpose. So when I make my phone calls, I say, I'm Allie from Hoya and Quesada, and they get it instantly. And then I can introduce SAG Imports as sort of the next part of the conversation. And I found doing it that way has been more helpful. But that's just the way it goes. We're a distributorship.
Right. So what else do you guys distribute besides these two cigars?
Just these two brands currently. In the past, SAG has brought on other brands that they've distributed, but currently it is just Quesada and just Hoya de Nicaragua that we distribute.
Which, I mean, are two big, broad companies and such a vast lineup. Between the Hoya having the Cinco Cinco and Cuatro Cinco and like the higher end lines like that, and then you go to the Antaños, then the reds, then the blacks.
Yep.
Now it's red, white, and blue, and it's like you have so much just in that alone.
We do.
Classicals, all that stuff. Like it's.
Yep. We have our Obras Maestro, we have our Antaños, we have our Hoya lineups, we have our tins, we have our bags, we have just Hoya alone has a huge repertoire, and then add on the Quesada repertoire, and you have our heritage, you have our Casa Magna lineup, because the Colorado, which has all the accolades, and I didn't send you the Colorado on purpose because a lot of people, I feel like, don't know about this Connecticut. This is, I know.
I smoked in Colorado once before with like a very thin, like box press.
Okay. Yep.
That was fantastic.
Which is why it gets all the accolades, right? It is a great cigar.
It was crazy because like that was years ago that I smoked
Yes.
that. It's still like something that if I can get my hands on that specific version of it, I will buy it.
I know I'm looking for it right now. I'm like, is it the Churchill or the Lancero? The Lancero is not a box press, but I think the Churchill might be. So
it might have even been a Toro. I don't remember.
Bordeaux Real has a soft box press. The Colorado has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different vitolas that we currently make of that.
That's just one.
That's just yes. That's just one blend. That's just the Colorado.
Just one blend. Now imagine, like you said, all the other blends plus the Oktoberfest.
Plus the Oktoberfest, right?
You start adding on all this other stuff, and now you go from maybe 4 or 5 cigars to 5,000 cigars, 500 cigars.
So now, I'm actually like counting them.
I need to ask this question because I've asked everybody that comes on.
Okay.
So,
feels dubious, but go ahead.
Do you guys, as reps, get free boxes of cigars, or do you gotta pay for them?
I can order them free of charge from the factory or from the warehouse, but I mean, if I order 9 boxes and they only send me 5, I'm not going to cry about it. They can decide whether or not they send them. It is also my discretion whether or not I want to then purchase more, because I am annoyingly generous, which is not good.
Right.
It's actually not a good thing to walk into a cigar shop and be like, okay, there's 6 people here, and I hand 6 cigars to the guy behind the counter and say, hook up your boys. It's on me.
I mean, listen, sometimes that works because then you hook them up and they're like, oh man, I gotta go buy a box or 2 or 3.
Maybe they'll love it. I mean, I'll ask. Most owners, operators, people who work behind the counter know their clientele very well. Especially because, as you know, as being a cigar smoker, there's something about the ritual of it. Like, I don't know if you just heard, a guy walked in and they were like, oh, there he is. Guess he's here every Sunday. We're very much ritualistic. We want to smoke the same cigar. We want to smoke the same size cigar. We want to cut it the same way, light it the same way, go to the same place, sit in the same chair. So asking them, what do your clientele like? I'm about to introduce them to something new. Maybe we can add it to their repertoire.
Okay.
So that's what I like to do, which is why there's a benefit to being generous. You just have to do it strategically. So yeah, I'll order the 9 boxes and hope that I get all 9, because I think it'll be beneficial, but I don't always get the 9 boxes.
That too, especially if like the clientele hasn't had that brand, but they don't carry it, it's something you want to try to get in there. You might say, hey, here's 4 for you, but listen, is it okay if I give these to your people and say this is something we're looking at bringing in? Let us know what you think. And then a lot of places will, because you're going directly to their clients, people who are going to purchase those cigars.
Well, and that is the benefit of being face to face, and that's where I lose out being just a disembodied voice on the phone. That's the unfortunate part of it. I do send out samples. I'll send out little care packages with chocolates and snacks and whatnot, and a little handwritten note that says, hey, let me know what you think. And I've only gotten 1 phone call because of it, which is insane.
So you said you do Jersey, correct?
Well, I did, past tense. So now, actually, you're right. I didn't cover that part. So I'm the in-house representative, but I cover about 24 states now. But my direct states that I can visit are Western Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Michigan, because I live in Michigan. But I call on North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota. Hang on, I'm picturing the map. I'm just working my way down and over.
Wow.
Down and over.
Wow. So that's a lot of things for an in-house rep.
It is, and I'm still lagging behind, and that's unfortunate but true. So if you're watching, listening, or you're in like the eastern half of the United States, give me a call. Go to sagcigars.com and check us out. We're really cool.
Disappointed with the lineup, at least.
You really
the lineup.
You won't be disappointed with either one of the lineups.
Speaking of which, so Hoya de Nicaragua was looking for a sales rep.
Even this is a fantastic.
They were looking for a sales rep on LinkedIn. What I do, I sent them a resume. I said, hey, it's Big Dog. I met you. I'm not a drinker no more. I only drink beer now. I don't drink liquor. I said, retired. I got all day, every day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. I said, I'm looking to work. Okay, sir, we'll get back to you. I get a message. Sorry, we hired somebody else. I said, okay, cool, no problem.
Maybe it was me. Did they? When was that?
What am I going to say? Huh?
Maybe it was me that they hired instead. When was that?
But you gotta look at it. It's not an easy industry.
Wait, get closer to the mic. What?
I said it's not an easy industry to get into, the cigar industry.
No, it's really not. And I've been doing this since 2014. Kind of the implication earlier when you had asked, like, hey, how'd you get into this? Is it's really not easy to get into, even when you know people.
Right.
I interviewed. They didn't just give me the job. I was like, hey, you know me from when I worked at Drew Estate. I've always been a fan of Hoya. I've known Quesada when I worked at Famous Smoke Shop. I'd love it. I'll sit at home and my toddler will exist around me and I'll make phone calls and I'll do my best. And they were like, okay, well, we'll see how this works out. So I'm very lucky. I am one of the lucky few that has gotten into the business.
Well, it's like any business. They want you on the road. They don't want you sitting at home and doing that because they're paying you to do nothing. And I don't mean it offensively. Basically, they're paying you to sit at home and take care of your daughter or your son or whomever while you're selling cigars. Which, me, I don't care. As long as cigars get sold, I can sell 500 boxes from my house.
That's the thing is, depending on where you are, like if you're a rep, if you're a sales director, whatever, you might be on the road and then you have the people who are sitting at home and making the phone calls and, following up, hey, I know so-and-so was there. I'm following up to make sure everything went well, whatever. Because during COVID, I got the opportunity to make it to that side of the industry.
Yeah.
I worked for a very small boutique company. I believe my title was Northeast Sales Director. Meanwhile, it was the owner, his partner, one other guy, and me.
Yeah.
Like there was 4 of us. And I was the only one up here. So I valued my time. It was great. It just, at the time, it wasn't a feasible thing because they wanted me at all these places, but I'm like, I'm driving. I work during the week. It wasn't my full-time job. I'm doing it on the weekend. I'm like, you want me to go to all these places, but like, I'm not getting the help for it. They're like, you're not booking me a hotel and saying, hey, go this weekend, do this and that. He's like, well, we got to plan it in advance. I'm like, I don't know, a lot of times what goes on in the weekend. I said, it's going to depend on when I can get in front of the owner.
Right, which you have to make those phone calls and you have to find out when the owner's going to be there. And you have to, and if they don't know you, because that's a lot of the time the phone calls I make are, hey, I don't know you. I'm not going to tell you who the owner is. Some people don't care. They're like, oh, here's the owner's email. Here's his phone number. He's going to be here on Tuesday mornings, but he won't be here the third Tuesday of every month. Like, some people are so happy to give me all the information I log it into our system, and I'm like, I know when to call now. I know when to talk to the owner. And I'm also just happy to talk to the people that are in the shop all the time. I'm still trying to build relationships, even though I'm just on the phone. And some of these guys have never met me, never heard of me, because I took a 4-year break. And I'm in territories, I'm in states that they didn't know me anyway. I'm not going to fluff my feathers and say everybody should know who Allie Crozier is. No, you shouldn't have known who I am. I'm just another representative for a cigar company. I'm not a rock star. Some of these guys are. You can go into any shop and say, oh, I know Michael Herklotz. And you're like, oh my God, you know Michael.
Right.
Well, that's another story. Like, and I've seen him when he bought Nat Sherman. It's like he turned the whole company upside down. Like, it's not the same.
He rebranded. And he rebranded like
a rich clientele.
Like a higher end clientele, essentially.
Yeah. Well, but he still has the middle of the road.
Right. Metropolitan, stuff like that, the timeless.
Well, it was either he buys it or cease to exist. I think I like his plan better.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's funny because you go into some shops and you still see like the older stuff. You see like you walk in and be like, oh, Metropolitan, oh, that's the new one. You'll see like by Nat Sherman.
Right.
Like, wait a minute.
It doesn't have the secondary.
What's that? I'm like, you've never heard that? They're like, no, I won't. Like, that's the original company that he bought into.
Right. Like you could go to the store in New York. You could see the clock. It was right there.
I never had the opportunity to go there.
I know.
It was really cool.
I know they sold. They sold it to J&R. Now J&R shop.
At least it's still there, and it's still a cigar shop. It's a really cool building because you have this elevator that takes you to the bottom floor, or you go down the stairs. I always like to take the elevator.
So here's our third co-host.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, brother? What are you doing in your car?
I'm helping my brother with something. So he's in doing his thing. I got about 45 minutes here.
All right. So you got any questions for Miss Allie?
Listen, I'm just catching up. So, what have we talked about so far? I don't want to duplicate questions.
Oh, no problem. So they asked me about my history in the industry, sort of how I got into the cigar business, and I implied that I was on the grind before I just became a rep. It's not something, for me at least, it wasn't something that I just like picked up the phone and was like, hey, I have a history in sales, you should hire me. And they were like, sure. It wasn't that simple. I worked for many years in different cigar shops before I was able to be lucky enough to interview with EPC. They brought me on, and then I worked for Drew Estate. I left Drew Estate to take a baby break, and now I'm back in a big way with SAG Imports, which distributes Hoyt Nicaragua and Quesada Cigars.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on being a mother. Is that your first child?
It's my only child. I'm not doing this again. No.
I was going to ask that too.
No. It is definitely a one and done. She's a very cool kid. She has her own cigar because her father owns a cigar lounge in Michigan, and Saka makes her cigar, the Golden Child.
Oh.
Wow.
So if you've ever smoked the Don Derma Golden Child, all proceeds of that go to my child's college fund.
I've never heard of that. I have to check it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if we have any boxes left, but go there and find out.
Okay.
So that's
Funny we talked about tins of like Hoy and stuff like that. I forgot there's a shop by me that I can still get these very old.
Oh my goodness!
Tins.
You make those
of the 4 1/4 by 6.
Yes.
Don't make those anymore.
Just to show you, like, that's the cello one.
Ooh, that's a yellow cello.
Wow.
Yeah, and it just happens to be that it's the Colorado that comes in that tin.
Yes. Yeah, the Colorado was that first blend of the Casa Magna, which actually was made by Plasencia once upon a time. And that is Plasencia tobacco that we use. So that Colorado is all Nicaraguan. So even though it's a Dominican company,
Right.
I have to remind people that we don't just use Dominican tobacco, because if we just made Dominican puros, it would get a bit boring.
See, just you guys, this is made in
Look
Nicaragua.
at that. Yep. Yeah, so a couple years back, we actually did switch the operation from Nicaragua to the Dominican, and nobody noticed the difference, which says something about the quality of our rollers at the factory in the Dominican Republic. So we still use the same tobacco, but different rollers, and we're still getting accolades on that cigar.
So now, let me ask you this. The guys that own Joyas in Nicaragua,
Yes.
they're brothers, correct?
Well, it was a father and son. So it was Dr. Cuenca who originally owned it, and then Juan Ignacio Martinez took over operations when his father retired, similar to what happened with the Quesadas. The Quesadas have always owned Quesada Cigars. And Manolo retired a few years ago, but his daughters have always been involved since they were little girls in the operations and everything. So Raquel and Patricia took over when their father retired, and now he just hangs out and smokes cigars in Spain like a badass.
It's funny to say that because we actually interviewed Terrence Riley as well.
Yes.
Oh, did you?
Found out that his family is Quesada, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like and it was insane to find everything out of, like, you know, we were talking about the old Casa Magnetins and you know, all the October, and it was just like he told us how he came up with the Oktoberfest and stuff like that. It was just like, it's crazy, like you said, it's a family business. You don't realize who is family with who until you sit down and have
a conversation. Yeah, Terrence, and I knew Terrence when he was with Quesada, the company, and I guess you know him because of Aganorsa.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, yeah, don't forget I've been doing this since 2014. I've seen a couple of changes over the years.
That's cool, though. I mean,
this Connecticut, I will tell you, I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah, did we light up at the same time? Right, I'm into that. Yeah, I think we're at about the same point. It's hitting me with a lot of natural sweetness, and I get no bitterness from this Connecticut, which is really why I love it. There's some Connecticut shades that are just...
It's got that bite that you're looking for, but it's not...
Very good cigar.
I always say the typical Connecticut is that you're smoking air.
I'm not going to name names, but yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
We probably might be thinking of one of the same Connecticut.
We're probably thinking of the same thing. It's possible. One of two that I'm thinking of.
It's an expensive one?
One of them is the one that I'm thinking of.
I got it in a club pack, and I smoked it, and I was very upset.
Disappointed. Well, it's just disappointing. Honestly, I don't like building up a cigar and this is one thing that I try not to do when I'm at an event or at a shop and I'm trying to explain things to people. I have to ask them what they smoke usually. What is your regular smoke? Why do you like it? What are your flavors that you like in general? Because I'm not going to give somebody a cigar that they're not going to enjoy. Now, and I appreciate Big Dog for smoking the Casa Magna Connecticut, which is also why I went two sides of the spectrum. We went with a San Andreas Nicaraguan, and then we went with an Ecuadorian Nicaraguan. Right, I wanted to make sure to give you the two sides of the spectrum so that you did have options, but because not everybody's going to love the Connecticut shade. It's not in your flavor profile. It's just not what you're looking for.
On that note, Allie, we got to take a break. We'll be right back in 5 minutes. Hang out.
Hear me okay?
Yep.
What you got, why you got it good. Always just a little misunderstood, but I never tried to change you, even when you're drunk all day. Every time you break, oh, it breaks my heart. Watching you drown yourself and fall apart. You're killing yourself, and it's killing me to have to say. Though it hurts so much, 'cause I love you. You were my best friend. You were my muse. The story with a good end. My rhythm blues. You were my soulmate. A damaged man. And I paid for it. As much as I think I can. And I thought in the end you'd miss me. But I guess I wasn't stronger than the whiskey. I've heard it only hurts 'cause you love so deep, letting you go after all the cheap shots you take of me and Jameson. Your daddy don't help, no, he feeds you lies, and you're wondering why you can't sleep at night in the bed I made. Oh, I thought you were the one, 'cause you were my best friend. You were my muse. The story with a good end. My rhythm blues. You were my soulmate. Damaged man. And I paid for it. As much as I think I can. And I thought in the end you'd miss me. But I guess I wasn't stronger than the whiskey. Oh, it hurts so much 'cause I love you. And you were my best friend. You were my muse. The story with a good end. My rhythm and blues. You were my soulmate. A damaged man. And I paid for it. As much as I think I can. And I thought in the end you'd miss me. You and I would be never ending. But I guess I wasn't stronger than the whiskey. Oh, not stronger than the whiskey.
Yo, we are back. We are back. It is I, the big dog, the host with the most, the vanilla gorilla, and Miss Ali Cruiser from SAG Importers.
Hello.
So, what? Oh. So, what event are you doing today in Pennsylvania?
I'm not doing any events today. I'm just going to visit a couple of shops as I work my way back to Michigan because I can. Most owners aren't usually in their shops, but at least they're still customers and there's still people who work there. So I might as well show up, hand out a couple of cigars, make them know my face, and then skedaddle.
So, do you stay in a hotel while you're there? Or you drive back home?
Well, I stayed in a hotel last night. So I had an event over at my buddy's place, the Blind Fox. It's a little cigar bar out here in Pittsburgh. And the funny thing about Pennsylvania is that cigar bars seem to be really hard to come by, whereas in Michigan, you can't spit without hitting another cigar bar. It's so much easier to get the tobacco and liquor license and ability to smoke in some other states. Pennsylvania, it's not so easy. So while most shops in most places are BYOB, or they make it like a private club so you can smoke and drink, it's just not that easy in Pennsylvania. So
But
I was
that's like
at,
here in New York, the same thing. It's not that easy to get.
yeah, yeah. It's something like every county only has so many liquor licenses. At least that's the way it is in PA. And if you can get one, great, but it's going to cost you your arm, your leg, and your kidney in order to do that. And then on top of that, trying to get the smoke exemption, because smoking in a bar, who does that anymore, right? So last night did the event at the Blind Fox, and then stayed in the hotel, came out to smoke. That's the name of the shop. I'm not just saying that I came out to have a cigar. This is Smoke Cigar Lounge. And walked in. I was just like, hey, I've got a podcast starting in 5 minutes. Can I borrow your internet? And here's a couple of cigars. And he was like, yeah, sure. Hang out. You got it.
Okay. That's cool. Thank you.
You know, not a bad shtick. But this is generally what we do as reps. As you were saying, vanilla gorilla. You have to plan ahead, get your hotel, figure out where you're going, and hope it works.
Yeah.
So, I'll ask this because everybody's going to want to know, what new stuff can we expect from Hoya and Quesada? Is there any additions to any lines? Anything new?
There is some new stuff, and I wish I could have sent you our new Suspiro, which is a sweet cap cigar that Quesada makes, and it's the only sweet cap in either company's repertoire, which is really lovely. And I think the Oscuro is better than the Connecticut. They're both Ecuadorian, but the Oscuro is actually an Ecuadorian Cameroon as opposed to an Ecuadorian Connecticut, which is on the Connecticut shade. I love it with a cup of coffee. It's really lovely. And the sweetness doesn't last the whole time. So as you're smoking it, the sweetness dies off. So that's something new coming to Quesada this year. We've got the Manolo 79 to celebrate Manolo's 79th birthday. That's going to be shipping pretty soon. Shipping now is the Hoya Red, White, and Blue, which is a limited edition that is for the 250th anniversary of the United States. We've got the Classico Green Room, which is also shipping currently, which is a diadema, really lovely, tapered on both ends. Our Classico original blend. And if you don't know about that, I'll just give you a quick little story about the Classico. This cigar was the cigar of the White House once upon a time, which is why we came out with a cigar called the Green Room, so that you can have your very own green room anytime you smoke it. You get to feel fancy, solve all the world's problems. Because in a cigar shop, you can, right? Solve all the problems.
You can solve everything in a cigar shop.
Exactly.
You just have to find the right person to, put the money up to help you solve it.
Exactly.
Solve everything.
You can tell. I have heard and seen so many wonderful conversations. Everybody's sitting down and having a really serious conversation. They're seriously thinking about how to end world hunger. I think these guys have got it.
Yeah, no, listen, you can end anything you want in a cigar. Following through with it, on the other hand, is a different story.
The follow through, is a bit difficult, but again, that Classico Green Room, just that size and that the story of the Classico to me is always going to be that make your own green room. But this one specifically is called Green Room. And it's a beautiful cigar. So if you can find it in your local shop, check it out. They are shipping right now.
And now the red, white, and blue you said is a limited edition. Is it a new blend? Is it a revised blend? Is that
completely new blend? Correct. So I know that it's called Hoya Red, White, and Blue, and people asked us at the show constantly, is this a riff on the Hoya Red?
Right.
It's not. It's its own blend. I still haven't smoked it because I only got one. So I'm going to have to find more before I just smoke one. I know the cigar is the occasion, and you shouldn't, I feel like you shouldn't hoard cigars, just smoke them. But it's still situational for me.
That's something I would do is like I would buy stuff and just sit on it. Like when I went to Foreign Smoker, I got the A's and I would sit on them, and then Pedro kindly told me, why wait and smoke a cigar for an occasion that may never come?
Yeah.
Smoke it today, make today that occasion. I've kind of always, after that, I'm like, you know what, he makes sense.
And it does make sense, but to me, it still should be situational. Like
I'll still wait and be like, I got something for that. I'll wait for that one.
Right, like a day where you actually get to enjoy, what is it, 11-incher? No, that's not the 11-incher. It's 9, isn't it? The A is 9. I was thinking of the Undercrown. What was the? Oh goodness.
Manifesto.
Right, that was what it was.
I
The
never had the
Manifesto.
Manifesto. I got the A.
The Manifesto was pretty
I
good.
think was like 11 or 12 inches.
Right, it was an 11, but the ring gauge was smaller than the A.
Yeah.
That was a good cigar. That was a good one.
I've had the opportunity over the years to smoke quite a few A's. Every time I smoke them, I'm just as happy as the first time I smoked them.
When I say situational, it's like, what do you have time for? I'm not going to light up an A if I have 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No, the A was definitely something that I would smoke, like, I don't know, New Year's Eve as the ball was dropping. Like, you have plenty of time.
You smoked one going from here to Pennsylvania to the Barnstable.
No, I smoked an A. No, we didn't smoke one. We didn't smoke it on the way down. I think it was on the way back. I smoked one. I was going to Hershey for a concert. I was staying the weekend, so I left my house. I grabbed my A and I lit that up, and that's what I drove all. It was like you're driving and smoking an A. I'm like, why not? I'm like,
F&A.
3.5 hours to kill.
Right.
Like,
you have the time. That's the situation.
Like, I got nothing but time, directions, and music or something to listen to. I'm like, why not just, smoke?
That's what you have time for. And the A wasn't overly complicated. I enjoyed the cigar because I love broadleaf, and I believe that's the broadleaf that they used on that one, not the Habano. I believe it was the broadleaf.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
Love broadleaf.
Same wrapper as the 9.
Yeah, so it's a broadleaf. Yeah. So I love a broadleaf. It's not an overcomplicated cigar. It's going to give you exactly what it looks like: a long smoke with tasty tobacco. Now, Go ahead.
Let me ask you this question.
Yes.
What did your husband think of you when he met you that you were smoking cigars?
Well, he's in the cigar business. He thought, here's somebody I can smoke with.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty valid.
No, that's why I'm asking. Because a lot of guys won't date a girl that smokes cigars.
Don't get me wrong. I will have cigar breath for days. I mean, this is I had 4 yesterday maybe, which is a bit excessive for me. I haven't smoked like this in a long time. Maybe it was 3. I used to
relaxation.
I was testing actually yesterday. I smoked a house cigar for one cigar shop because I wanted to try it, and I smoked a unreleased cigar that we made that I got from the show, and I was like, I gotta try it. And then I smoked a cigar from our Quesada lineup I had never smoked, which is our 40th, which was really good. No, I only smoked 3 yesterday.
So you went to PCA this year?
I did. That was,
how was
it? It was wonderful. I haven't been to a PCA in a long time. Forget about the baby break. I hadn't gone with Drew Estate when I was with them. I went with EPC, and then COVID happened when I got on board with Drew Estate, and then there was that whole thing that happened there. So this was like the first time in 8 years I've been back to PCA.
And it was a great thing, wasn't it?
It was a lot.
They said it gets very overwhelming.
It really can be. I just sort of looked at the floor and got to where I was going and just like tried to focus on that, because if you looked around, it would just like blow your mind.
That's what everybody was telling us. They're like, you gotta go. I'm like, I need like 4 days just to be able to sit. Like,
I mean, like
3 days
with the
alone just to walk the floor.
with the press pass, you get in early though. Being
Yeah.
that you're a podcast, you could at least get in like an hour early and enjoy things before the crowd comes in. So consider it for next year if you feel like going to Vegas.
Yeah, that's something on our list to get, PCA and sit down with some of these people that we interview or people we haven't interviewed to try to, get 10, 15 minutes of their time just for a small little
Yeah.
interview. And then after the show is obviously, down the line, hey, listen, I know we did a 15, 20-minute interview. Let's sit down and do an actual, hour and a half long show if you can spare the time.
Well, and it's kind of cool. I don't think about like how many bigwigs or actors or like mucky mucks actually get into the cigar industry. Like Guy Fieri was there, Marlon Wayans was there.
Yeah, with Liga Trident cigars or something like that.
Right, and Guy Fieri was there with Espinosa for his knuckle sandwich, and like you could have met them and like talked to them for a couple of minutes.
He's part owner in the Dominican factory.
Doesn't Marlon Wayans own a cigar?
Yeah, Liga Trident.
Yeah, I was tempted to go over and bother him, but it was because like he's part of my existence. Like I watched him since I was a kid. Like it's like he's a buddy of mine, but I'm like I don't know this guy.
You want to go bother him at the same time? It's like
when him and his brother were there. When him and his brother were there, and they were on, and his other brother was playing Homie the Clown.
Right.
He goes, "What did you say?" He goes, "No, what did you say?" He goes, "No, say Homie don't play that." He goes, "Homie don't play that." He smacked him, and I'm like, "My man, I love that."
Right, like he's existed in my household since I was a kid. It's like going to visit a buddy, but I didn't bother him, and I didn't bother Guy Fieri. I'm like, I'm here to work. I'm not here to bother people, except the people I did choose to bother, like people that I really love in the industry, like Nick Melillo. I made time to bother him and Saka and Willie Herrera. I had to bother him too.
Willie is awesome.
He is such a kind person, an absolute sweetheart, and I always forget that he's a giant until I'm standing next to him.
Yeah, he's very tall.
And then you just look up and up and up, and you're like, "Oh, hey, buddy." He pats you on the head. He's like, "Hey." Omar from Fratello is another one that you're just like. I used to have to dust the tops of the shelves to make sure, like when he would come to visit the shop, I would dust the top of the humidor because he could see on top of it. Big man.
Yeah, no, it's funny because it's like you said, don't realize sometimes how many celebrities or chefs or whoever get involved in the cigar industry, and where guys like you get a lot of them that, and I said they just slap their name on a cigar.
Right, but then you get guys that are actually involved in the process.
Guy Fieri actually is in the process of testing his cigars, blending them. Marlon Wayans, which I didn't know that he owned that brand. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that until earlier this year.
I saw the guy that I guess is his partner or his cigar, whatever he is. I seen him post him. I didn't know Marlon owned him. I thought that guy owned him.
I also just didn't know he was a cigar smoker.
Right.
I shouldn't be so surprised, but I guess I'm surprised because it's such a niche. It's so niche. We're cigar smokers, and you think tobacco is so demonized, but it's like cigarette tobacco is demonized. Obviously, more people smoke cigarettes, and cigars. It's like sipping whiskey. It's not like taking a shot.
Unfortunately, still get demonized in that.
Right, we're still lumped into because it is tobacco.
Pills and everything else, we're still included in that.
It's
terrible because it's like you're not even really doing your research on it, or you're putting us in the bill. You're just like, here you go.
Right, just
like they're trying to outlaw now in New York. A generational tobacco ban.
Yes.
Anybody under 21 will never be able to buy any sort of tobacco. No vapes, no nicotine, no nothing. So anyone under the age of 21 now, the way they're trying to do it,
that'll never pass.
They included premium cigars, chewing tobacco, pouches, cigarettes, vapes. So it's like anybody, I think after a certain time period, is not allowed to ever buy tobacco. And anybody after them is never allowed to buy tobacco.
So let me ask you this question.
So if they see their grandfather or grandmother or sister, brother smoking cigars and they're older than them, they can't just go and be like, oh, I'm going to go to the store and buy that. No, because now you have to have your aunt, uncle, cousin, brother, sister.
Right. There's always going to be the workaround. Did we learn nothing from Prohibition?
So
what
that's basically what they, the way they played, the way that people were talking about it, where it's basically like a tobacco prohibition.
So let me ask you this, Alex. So
what up?
Being that we brought that up, that anybody under the age of 21 or whatever ain't gonna be able to buy a cigar. You say it's not gonna pass. From what I'm understanding, the woman that wants to pass it lost her father to nicotine, and I say that because that's what I heard. So, how many people have you heard passed away from smoking cigars?
From smoking cigars?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with I personally have not heard of anybody that has gotten throat cancer, mouth cancer, or anything from smoking cigars. I knew people that were in their 90s that were smoking cigars from working in cigar shops. This old man, 94 years old, would come in for 3 cigars every single week. And I mean, eventually he did pass, but not because of cigars.
Well, look at George Burns. Him and Bob Hope were having a contest. Whoever can smoke, whoever stays alive, has to give the money to their benefits. Now, this guy, they asked him on the David Letterman show. David Letterman said, "How many cigars do you smoke a day?" He goes,
"Wasn't it 11?"
He goes, "Today I smoke 12."
Yeah.
I said,
yeah, I know people that smoke 15 a day. I mean, there was a guy yesterday at a shop who's on his.
You have in your day to be able to
Oh,
think about it, it's like you have to basically chain smoke.
Yeah, they do.
Cigars.
I mean, I won't be able to taste anything if I smoke. Again, I used to smoke 5 a day, but we're talking petite Coronas.
Right.
To Toro. Like I didn't like to have a cigar that was longer than a Toro unless it was an event day, and then I'd probably only smoke 2 in that day because I was going with something that was a double Corona or a Churchill. Right. But we're talking about guys that were smoking Churchill. If he's smoking 11 Churchills a day, is he nubbing it? Like, is he going past the band? What are you actually counting? What qualifies?
Right.
I don't understand. And I'm saying, like, I hope that never passes because why keep taking people's choices away? And that's what I mean by we learn nothing from Prohibition. People are going to do it anyway, and they're going to find, like, those people are probably going to find a way to roll their own cigars at that point.
And then, like you said, it'll be Prohibition. It'll all come back, and then everything will go back to the way it was.
Yeah, it's wasting people's time trying to make these things happen. Stop trying to take away people's choices. I understand the concept, right? We want to protect people from themselves. But we know what we're doing. That's why there's warning labels on everything. As we said earlier, warning, may cause cancer. Thank you for the warning. I'm going to die of something anyway. I'm going to choose to enjoy myself.
Exactly.
Well, it's like when the microwaves came out. Everybody said, "Oh my God, you're using microwaves. Oh, you're going to die of radiation."
Right.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's the new thing going on is radiation, bro. I said, you could walk outside and die of radiation from the
sun. What? The sun can give me cancer. I could get lung cancer from breathing in the pollution from.
Walk outside and get hit by a bus.
You could get hit by a bus, but if we're talking about just like strictly getting cancer, yes, nicotine could, I suppose. So could the sun. So can the air.
Correct.
What do you want me to do about it?
All right,
I'm gonna smoke the cigar.
I only know that bill came up because I got the email from the CRA.
Yeah.
And I was reading it and just like briefly reading like what they sent, and I'm like, you're lumping these in with cigarettes and tobacco pouches and everything. I'm like, I could see the pouches, the snus, the regular, like I could see all that. I'm like, what? put premium cigars in that same aspect. It's like you're doing a disservice to the industry itself, and you're also doing a disservice to yourself because you're not really doing your research.
Right.
You're including it in your bill.
You really, it's like such a spectrum, right? I mean, cigarettes, we know how awful cigarettes are, not just because because of all the additives and paper, like all of a cigarette, bleh. Chewing tobacco, we've seen the results. I love watching those videos in school when they would be like, don't chew because, like the mouth cancer.
Let your gums and put
right. Okay, yes, I can see that, but this is kind of different. The process that people go through to make this less toxic, because yes, a tobacco leaf in its raw form is toxic, which is why we have to pick it, dry it, ferment it. I mean, there's a whole process. Age it. The longer you age the tobacco, the less toxins are actually going to be in it. Like, come on, it's not just the nicotine that's the problem, which is why cigarettes are a problem. Anyway, I know I could go on and on about that, but I don't know when we have another commercial because we only have about 15 minutes left to this thing.
Yes. Yeah. So listen, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure having you, and I hope we can do this again in the future because I love talking to you. And I will hit you up.
Before we send her on her way, I like asking this for everybody we've had on. As far as cigars go, what is your favorite size to smoke? What kind of cut do you prefer? How do you like it? Do you use a soft flame, a torch?
I always use a torch because I'm a little persnickety about how I toast the foot, especially if I'm going to smoke a Connecticut shade. I don't like to get too roasty because then that'll ruin the burn and the flavor, in my opinion. I do love a V-cut. I do it not too shallow, not too deep, something right in the middle because I try not to break through the cap. I don't know if you can see the cap. I don't want to just got it right today. Didn't get too far past that. And I love a Corona or a Lancero. I'm one of those people. Not just because I feel dainty and like a lady smoking a fancy schmancy long cigar, but I really love, like, when you make a good cigar with good wrapper tobacco and you put it in a Lancero, I'm going to smoke it.
It's funny because that's what everybody seems to have said lately that we've interviewed or we've asked. Everybody's gone for like that Corona or that Lonsdale size. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's I'm like, I guess because those are like the forgotten sizes that a lot of people don't do.
In America, they're the forgotten size. In Europe, people get it. I mean, you're getting that wrapper to binder to filler ratio, and all of the flavor from that wrapper is just hitting you. If I don't get me wrong, I'll smoke a 660. Our Medio Siglo Classico, the 660 is gorgeous. It's a lovely smoke, and it's the only one I've smoked so far. Actually, I should try the number 6, that Lonsdale that we have. And I don't know if I'll like it as much because, again, that wrapper to binder to filler ratio is just right, even in the 60. I'll find out soon. I have one at home to smoke. But I love a Lonsdale Corona, or specifically a Lancero, which is why that Manifesto is really fun to smoke. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
I'm glad we can make the time.
Have you back on for sure.
Yes, please do. I'll think of more cigars for you to smoke. Maybe I will send you that sweet cap just to see how you feel about it.
That sounds good. You got my address.
I got your address. I will probably send you more cigars. Let me know when I can come back and we can shoot the shit some more.
Absolutely. So, Allie, thank you for coming on, taking the time out. Tell your child that we said hello and your husband, and we're gonna make it to Michigan to come and see you about it some point.
Please do.
At some point.
I want to go visit Wild Bill's.
Yeah, they have a lot of locations. Ronnie's shop is Secreto Cigar Bar. You can find his secretocigarbar.com, find the Don Derma, find the Golden Child, try it out, or come to Michigan and try it out, which is even better. And you can get to meet the Golden Child.
We will, Allie. Thank you very much.
So much.
I appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Have a blessed day.
You do the same.
That was a great interview.
Well, and that's it, guys. I think this week we'll call it a little early this week. So stay tuned. The new sticks are coming out. We got the new bands. We're not going to reveal it to you guys just yet.
Not yet.
We want to get our sticks in hand first, do some sample testing, and then I'm going to say, let's just say maybe in the next, I'd say end of July, maybe the middle of August is when those should probably be ready to go. If not sooner, we'll be taking the pre-orders for it.
$55 pre-order, and that includes the 5-pack or 4-pack.
Well, yeah,
we'll go
55. That'll be 55 with ship. That's with shipping included.
Shipping included. 55 shipping included. Right. So get your ass to the bank. Withdraw the $55. Send them to me and Joey, and we'll take care of it.
So on that note, guys, it's been another fun show. We will see you next week with Drunk Chicken Cigars. And then after that, we'll be back with Aaron from La Vega Cigars at the end of the month. And stay tuned for July because we're working on some big stuff over there. Also, stay tuned. We'll be interviewing Les Man from ST DuPont Lighters as well. As soon as that's ready to go, I'll be putting up a post. You guys ask your questions, and we will make sure to ask. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.